Hey. So I one sec. I just had my first order request come through, and surprisingly, it took about an hour to get that request. And of course, it was for Chick-fil-A, and I didn't have to go very far. It was probably like a mile, so it was pretty decent. It was low fare, but again, it was only like a mile. So, and I was already like at Chick-fil-A. I was actually at Chick-fil-A, Sam's, and a do-it-yourself car wash. I went to the do-it-yourself car wash to discard my cottage cheese cup from this morning, and that's when I got the request. So I was like, cool, I'm already here. So anyway, I wanted some black coffee. Fucking black coffee. Ooh, my bad. I wanted some black coffee. And so they're like, hey, can I get a name for the order? And I said, I'm actually here for an Uber Eats pickup, but I want to buy a black coffee. So she's like, okay. So I'm like, cool. And then she had like these rosy cheeks going on, and I made a comment, and maybe that was where it all went to hell. But I don't know if I distracted her or what, or she just didn't hear me say black coffee, or if that's just something so alien nowadays that people don't drink straight coffee anymore. I don't know. And actually that might be true, really, because of how the story ends. So she was calling back the order, which was only one item, black coffee. So she's like, so you wanted like vanilla ice something? And I'm like, no, I want a black coffee, please. And she's like, oh, okay. She'll take your payment up there. So you know that it's like the airport with all the checkpoints in the Chick-fil-A line. So I get to the second checkpoint, and the chick's taking my money, and she's talking to the person, I guess, or something. She's communicating with someone, and I hear her call back Uber Eats for Angela, and then a iced vanilla something. And then I interjected. I was like, no, it's a black coffee, just a black coffee. And she was like, oh, okay. So she says two something, like 2.59 or something like that. And I was like, for black coffee? And I was like, damn, I didn't realize I was at Starbucks. And so anyway, she was like, oh, okay, and made it sound like she corrected it, or she just didn't care or hear me or something. But I corrected her, and I was like, no, I told the girl back there I wanted black coffee. So she's like, okay, two something. I'm like, whatever. I'm too agreeable, and that's something I'm working on with Jordan Peterson's help, is being less agreeable. And but I failed myself in that regard today, because anyway, I'll get to that. But so I get to the window, and they're like, Uber Eats? Are you the Uber Eats order? It's like, yes, for Angela. And so they give me Angela's food, and then the chick at the window proceeds to hand me this. She's just like sticking it out with full confidence. And I said, no, it's supposed to be a black coffee, please. I just want some black coffee. And the manager is standing right behind her, like observing everything. And she's like, oh. And then I'm thinking, yeah, okay, so what's the price difference between this fancy whatever? I haven't even tried it yet. Like, what's the difference between this and what I want? Like, what's the price difference? And I was trying not to trip over a couple dollars, but I mean, I'm not doing this Uber driving gig because I don't need the money. I need the money. And I just wanted some black coffee, like, boohoo, I know, boohoo, but it is what it is. And sorry, I got distracted. There's somebody delivering right now. And anyway, so the girl, and the manager's like right back behind her. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't say anything. So the girl's like, oh, it's going to be like a 5-minute wait. Is that okay? Because we don't have any made. And I'm like, it's not okay, because you just handed me an Uber Eats order. I have to go. So I'm like, in my head, I was thinking, just refund me and I'll be back through and I'll get my money. And then she's like, well, do you just want to try it? And I was like, sure. I don't want to cause any problems. I don't want to make any waves. I'll try it. Maybe it's really great. I don't know. And I still don't know. I haven't tried it. So anyway, I mean, Chick-fil-A used to be so on point. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. I don't want to be mean and speculate too much, but truthfully, truthfully, the quality at Chick-fil-A used to be so much higher. They used to rarely ever mess up orders. They used to rarely get things wrong, you know, but now, like, to say even once or twice is too many times for Chick-fil-A. I mean, they had this sterling reputation for being so above par, and now they're just like, I don't want to say they're subpar, but they're like, you know, they're quickly becoming on par with all the other eateries, and that's just really sad. But anyway, I hope this is good. I don't know. Let's find out. No, it's really not. It's... So, why could they have not done this, but without the ice? They said they don't have any coffee made. So what is this, old? Is this old coffee from hours ago that they just threw ice in? Come on, Chick-fil-A. So disappointing.